You know how when you love someone a lot, you get attached to them. And after a point of time, you stay in relationships not out of love for them, but purely because you are so attached. So you tolerate a lot of bullshit that you would not have tolerated otherwise. Like if a friend treated you that way, you would have walked out a long time ago. But because this is your person, this is someone you once loved or still love, and it is somebody that you are attached to, you just stay with them for the sake of the attachment, for the sake of having dated that long. I know I have definitely done that. I have stayed in relationships longer than I should have, and so have you guys. So in today's YouTube video, I'm going to be reading out some of the things that your partners did while you guys were dating and you still stayed. Also, this is a part 3 of my series, so go watch this after this video. Also, I'm shooting a makeup look for Instagram, so while I do my makeup, let's read all of them one by one. Let's begin. God, where the fuck is my fucking donut, bro? Okay. We were together for over a year. In the last 3 months, there was constant pressure on our relationship because I wanted to initiate talks with our parents towards marriage, since my family had actively started looking for arranged marriage matches. But he kept telling me he wasn't ready for marriage, career-wise or even emotionally. Soon I found out that he himself was exploring the arranged marriage market and ended up liking a girl who works as a therapist. And the audacity, he did not approach her normally. He booked a therapy session with that girl, fake talked about himself pretending to be serious about taking therapy, and then few days later contacted her via the arranged marriage approach to tell her he wants to court her. All of this while we were celebrating our 1-year anniversary. By the way, she rejected him. I think the funniest thing in this entire chat was the fact that he literally, first of all, took up therapy just to talk to this girl and court her, and finally she rejecting him. I mean, that is like the cherry on top of this entire story. I don't know, I personally feel like men feel like they can do better. They always feel like the grass is greener on the other side. So even when he had you and he was supposed to be celebrating like 1-year anniversary and whatnot, he felt maybe this therapist understood him. I think he took the fact that she's a therapist and she's supposed to understand you a little too seriously. But to be honest, imagine marrying a therapist, bro. You don't have to pay for therapy for the rest of your life. You already have a therapist in your house. I mean, that was like a smart move, I feel. I mean, therapy is expensive, bro. So like, that was like smart. But you know, after he went to pursue her, I hope you did not take him back, because that would have been really stupid of you, because somebody else rejected him, he's come back to you, and you accepting him is just gonna be a very loser move from your end, because you can do so much better than this guy. You should never be with a guy who went somewhere else to explore his options, got rejected and came back to you. If you let somebody go and they come back into your life, it means nobody wanted them either, so you should just let them go again. So yeah, I really hope you did not take him back, girl. He cheated on me a lot of times. He used to fuck around other women, and I was a kid at the time. He told me a story of how he did it. Once he fucked an auntie, a married woman. They were fucking on a chair, and an interesting thing is when they were fucking, the chair broke. And that's not all. He was always fucking other women. He was not at all loyal to me. Still, I stayed with him because I was scared to lose him. It was a long distance relationship, but now I'm not with him and I'm very happy. See, I understand the fact that you were a kid at the time, so you do not understand what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. Can I just say that the fact that you stayed with him in spite of knowing he was cheating on you is like really a screwed up move from your end, because like, you're scared of losing a man who's cheating on you. How can you be scared of losing a man like that? You've already lost him. He's cheating on you. He's already for the streets. He's already for other women, which means he already doesn't belong to you. So how exactly are you losing him? So the fact that you stayed in spite of that, that's just sad, bro. I'm living for the thrill formula. My girl best friend and him started dating while we were already in a relationship, and he broke up with me later. Although my girl best friend has not disclosed their relationship status to me yet, but they did to others. Now, for the kind of person he was, I'm glad we broke up. I mean, if he was a shitty person and you are glad that you broke up with a shitty person, good for you. But here I'm honestly judging your girl best friend, because she's supposed to be your girl best friend. Because nowhere in your message can I see your anger towards the girl at all. You're only angry at your man. But you know, honestly, you've hit 2 birds with 1 stone, because now you've lost 2 shitty people. You've gotten rid of 2 shitty people from your life. So That's a win. 1 second, guys, my donut is here. I was taken for granted, treated like an option, manipulative, kept on the sidelines, and I still stayed. After 10 years, I finally got the brains to walk away. A decade lost, hard regret. You know, sometimes it doesn't require brains to walk away, it just requires you being strong to walk away. Because your brain may know the logic of how bad this relationship is for you, but your heart takes time to understand what your brain already does. So in your brain, you already may know that this person is just not for me. It's not, this person is not somebody I see myself ending up with. But then the fact that you still stay is not because you don't have the brains. It's clearly purely because you're attached. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video as well, that sometimes we stay because we are attached, not because we don't have the brains. But I'm glad that you finally walked away. I'm glad that you did not end up spending the rest of your life with him. I'm in a relationship with this guy. Both our families know each other, but still he continues to force me to get slim, learn household things. Otherwise, you will be a burden to my parents, and says all these kinds of stuff even after knowing I'm working on myself. But sometimes I just question myself whether I'm working on bettering myself or for him. I mean, if you are doing things purely because somebody's telling you to do it, it means you're not doing it to better yourself. You're doing it for them. Like if he's molding you into this person who is slim, can do household things, and is not a burden to his parents, how exactly is it an advantage for you? Because you're bettering yourself for him and his family, and so that you don't become a burden to his parents. So how exactly are you bettering yourself for yourself? So yeah, to answer your question, you're bettering yourself for him. He's molding you into his dream woman. I put a crop top on my Bitmoji and he slapped my face because he said my intentions are not right. Wait, what? You put a crop top on your Bitmoji and he slapped you because he thought your intentions were not right? If that is his reaction on your Bitmoji, imagine what his reaction is gonna be if you yourself wear a crop top. I don't know. I hope you're not with this man. Oh my god. He threatened that he would send my private pictures to people if I broke up with him because he loved me. Girl, he doesn't love you. A person who loves you will not threaten you, first of all. And a person who loves you will not, first of all, threaten you with something that you trusted him with. He doesn't love you. You know, I am so against sending private pictures of yourself to your partners, no matter how much you trust them. Because like right now he loves you, obviously right now he wants to see your private pictures, but tomorrow if you guys are not together, do you know how dangerous it is? He did nothing, still I stayed. No efforts, gifting, anything to make me feel special whatsoever. It's one thing to like things he or she did while in a relationship, but I still stayed. But it's a whole different thing when that person does nothing for you. Like literally, imagine, I think that is even worse. The fact that he did not do anything for you. You know, I'm telling you, never ever date a broke man. Because like, broke man will never give you princess treatment. And if you want princess treatment, you cannot be dating a broke man. Now, I'm very sure that there is some or the other man watching this video being like, if you don't want to date a broke man, then what are you, bro? What do you bring to the table? And to that man watching this video, I just have to say that you are asking me what I bring to the table. You bring a table first, okay? You are so broke that there is no table. There is literally just the ground. So might as well ask, what do you bring to the ground? And honestly, I don't want to be with a guy who doesn't have a table and is making me sit on the ground. I want a table that's full. So like, no, I don't fuck with. So yeah, it's just my personal opinion, but don't date a broke man, especially if you want princess treatment. Controlled me in the name of caring. Oh my god, these are the worst kind of men, because this is like some other level of manipulative behavior. Oh, I am controlling you because I care about you. I am stopping you from living your best life because I care about you. No, they don't care about you. They just want to control you. It is just their way of not letting you fly too high. Because if you are flying higher than them, then how will they feel taller than you? So like clearly he's just doing it for his own self-esteem, for his own insecure self. Like only an insecure man will try to pull you down. Only an insecure man will try to control you. And honestly, a man telling you that I care about you and I'm very possessive about you is just a fancy way of saying I want to control you for the rest of your life and I don't want you to live your best life. Honey, just drop him like a hot potato. Called me goalless, delusional and used my past for arguing. Okay, I want to talk about the part where he's saying he used your past for arguing. First of all, he is not able to win the argument, which is why he keeps bringing up your past. A person who keeps bringing up your past in arguments, there is no point of having arguments with them because you will never win. Because here you are fighting about how he's not treating you right now, and he'll be like, yeah, but what about the time in 2016 when you liked that guy's picture? You can never be rational with these men, bro. Okay, even if it's a woman, let me not be biased here. Even if it is a woman, if you are fighting, if you're arguing with somebody who keeps bringing up your past, I mean, that is already a conversation lost. That's already an argument lost. Because these are the kind of losers who will never live in the present and who will keep torturing you with your past. They will never let go of the past. They will never let you forget what you've done in the past. I mean, they're the worst. Bro, like whenever we used to fight, he needed space. And instead of literally saying that, he used to say, fuck off. Or you are so self-centric and not everything is about you. And I still say sorry because I was blindly in love. But now I broke up with him and I'm so glad I did. But I'm mad to do it so late. I mean, first of all, better late than never. And second of all, if a guy is like being abusive or like not able to tell you that he wants space and just jumps into like abusing you, first of all, I just think he does not know he wants space. Like he's just pushing you away because he doesn't even know that he wants some space from you. But that does not excuse his behavior. Wanting space from somebody doesn't excuse you to be disrespectful towards them. But yeah, he should have regulated his emotions better. And I'm glad that you guys are not together anymore. He called me psycho, making me over-explain because he doesn't understand and was emotionally avoidant. When somebody makes you over-explain because they don't seem to understand, I personally believe that they actually do understand. They're making you over-explain because it gives them some kind of satisfaction seeing you trying so hard to convince them that you are right. I feel like it gives them some kind of satisfaction knowing that you are draining your energy and you care so much to make this person understand what you're going through. In short, what I'm trying to say is that they do understand, they pretend not to understand. Because here you are over-explaining yourself and draining yourself. Because over-explaining obviously drains the hell out of you, right? So here you are draining yourself and leaving the conversation feeling drained while they are satisfied that, wow, this woman cares so much about me that she's sitting and over-explaining herself to me. So I just feel it's a very, very manipulative tactic that is being used by this man. And he does understand things, he's just pretending not to. That is way too much blush. Oh my god. That is way too much blush. He made our relationship so physical that he only talks about it. I thought it was love. You know, when you have nothing to talk about in the relationship and only like physical things to talk about, imagine what a shallow relationship that is, my god. I mean, because obviously physical intimacy is a part and parcel of a relationship, but like having only that and nothing else, it's just a very, very shallow relationship in my opinion. Like we are not living in the medieval times where like, you know, we have no other interest but only physical intimacy, right? We have so many things to talk about in this day and age. So like having nothing to talk about is just giving you're a caveman. I met with an accident and I called him and he said, "So raha hu main, phone rakh." If a guy is acting like he doesn't care about you, it means he genuinely doesn't care about you. He's prioritizing his sleep over your accident. He's prioritizing his sleep over you. So if he's telling you that I'm going back to sleep, rakh phone, it means he genuinely doesn't care about you and your accident. You should dump this guy. I used to think I'm in a healthy relationship unlike others until I broke up and realized. You know, sometimes when you're in a unhealthy relationship or like a toxic relationship, you don't know that you're in a toxic relationship because of the fact that you get used to this person's behavior. You've known them for so long, so you're like, okay, this is familiar behavior. They've done it like multiple times, so obviously what else can I expect out of them? Like for example, if your partner has this thing where he abuses you when he's angry, every single time he's angry, he abuses you, you expect it out of him. You think it is normal that this person is abusing you. Only when you get out of this relationship, you meet another person who does not abuse you when he's angry, is when you realize what bullshit you tolerated, what bullshit you put up with. He told me he will block me if I don't send nudes. He wanted to know how much I trust him. You should have told him, buddy, I trust you so much that I want to block you. That is not the way you test how much somebody trusts you, by the way. I really hope you blocked him. He has been casually texting some chick from his caste, thinking yahan nahi to wahan sahi. The thing about such a man is he may not be cheating on you when he's dating you, but once you guys break up, he knows who to go for next. He knows who he's going to date next. Because this man is literally keeping a backup. Like after he dates you, or like in case you guys break up, then he knows who he's going to date next. The fact that he's keeping a backup, that shows how he's not completely invested in the relationship with you. He's making sure not to keep all his eggs in one basket. He called me fat. Girl, sit on him. Said if he could go back, he would never date me. I hope you told him that what makes you think I will date you, buddy? I've also made a mistake. I really hope that's the way you responded, girl. Blamed me for not making her happy every day, 24/7. Girl, I ain't your therapist. Let me just say that nobody is responsible for your happiness except yourself. Because you will forever be dependent on them for not making you happy. Like, you are not making me feel good. You are not making me feel happy. You'll constantly keep giving them this kind of responsibility, and it is not a responsibility that a person can handle for a long period of time. See, here's the thing. You cannot expect other people to give you something that you're not giving yourself first. You are expecting this person to make you happy. It means you are not making yourself happy first. You want your partner to be more patient with you. It means you need to be patient with yourself first. Like, you just have to learn to give these things to yourself first before you expect it out of other people. Okay, I'm going to quickly finish the rest of my makeup look and I will show you guys the final result. Alexa, play Formula. So guys, this is the finished makeup look. What do we think? And this is the reel that I've uploaded on Instagram. Go check it out with the audio and stuff. If you like this video and want a part 4, let me know in the comment section below. Like, share and subscribe to this YouTube video, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.